He knows what he had. He had a good look at the basket.
And Sacre, another block, his second of the game. And another run out for Gonzaga. And it's 14-5. A little different start for Gonzaga tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, they've always had good games following a loss. And tonight it looks like they got that start. So they have put that last game behind them. And look at this. This is just loose ball on the floor. Get down, kick it out, and Steven got his head up. And Matt Bowling going 1-on-4. Usually not good numbers, but boy, he got it done on that play.
And you know, we can look at the numbers on Thursday night, Craig. Look at the shooting percentages, look at the rebounding margins and all of that. Really, it came down to the fact that Loyola Marymount just played harder.
Yeah.
There was more effort in that game put out by Loyola Marymount than the number 13 or the number 9 team in the country, depending on what poll you look at.
And don't you think the Zags got to realize that when they play someone, they're going to get their best effort, and they're going to try to outwork you. And you know as well as I do, Zag basketball, no one outworks a Zag. That's the way he coaches, and that's the way he teaches. But they did get beat in that respect against the Lions.
Darby at the high post uses the dribble handoff to Thompson. Drives inside, and now Bell will try it, but Gonzaga's defense really shutting down a lot of the Pepperdine offenses or options on offense, but the foul call there on the flat. 14-5 our score. Gonzaga 6 of 6 from the field. We'll be right back. Any Global Credit Union branch today.
Well, Greg, I know the Zags are not superstitious players, but they had a weird thing happen at shoot-around today where they had to go out and play on the blacktop, right?
Yeah.
And it worked because they're 6 for 6.
Yeah, well, let's tell the whole story. So their shoot-around today, they went to a local high school here in Los Angeles. When they got there, the floor was being used by another group, and so they were forced to go out on a public playground court and have their shoot-around with no nets on the rim. And there's a great tip back there by Thompson. Kelly Olynyk into the game for Gonzaga, number 13. And now a foul away from the ball inside, and I believe who'd they give that foul to? They gave it to Agre. Huh?
Agre, yep.
There's a shot from the corner. Gonzaga red hot to start this game.
Yeah, they were booted out of shoot-around by AAU 5th grade teams playing in the gym. So they went outside to shoot and had no nets on the rim, like you said, but it's working.
They didn't even put their shoes on.
No, flip-flops.
Here's Bell. Foul before the shot. So Gonzaga has opened this game 7 of 7, coming off a game in which they shot 34%, but the second half was in the low 20s.
That's what killed them, the second half. It was a tell of 2 halves in that game against the Lions. And that's the last we're going to say on that, right?
It wasn't the worst shooting performance I've ever seen. That, you go back to that game in the NC2A tournament, Gonzaga, Wyoming, when Stepp and Dickow and that team shot 26% for the whole game. Here's Thompson from the corner, short on the rim. Here's Goodson driving right to the rim, and a chance for 3. And again, Gonzaga now 8 for 8.
Well, Steven's got a couple of 3 balls for the Zags, but we said the key to the game is transition tonight, transition baskets, and already the Zags doing a great job getting the ball out and beating the Waves down the floor and scoring some easy baskets.
And Gonzaga 8 of 8 from the floor, 4 of 4 from the free throw line to start this game. Coming off the worst shooting performance of the season, they haven't missed. There's irony in that, ladies and gentlemen. Thompson, and that shot's long. Here's Bolden. He'll fire the 3. Matt Bolden, his second 3 ball. He's 3 of 3 to start the game.
Well, good night's sleep at the hotel and good coaching and practice on Friday. They've shored up pretty much everything they've done bad on that game Thursday night.
Bell into the paint. Left that short. Pepperdine now 3 of 13 shooting to start the game. Here's Bolden. Left it for Goodson. Meach now again, another lane into the middle. And he'll shoot free throws.
Meach read that very well. I thought the screen wasn't a great screen by Robert, but it was enough to get Meach around the corner. And once he turned the corner, there was no one to stop him. So he took it as far as he could and got himself to the foul line, where he could become a better foul shooter than what he's shooting this year.
Will Foster will be checking in for Gonzaga here momentarily. They come in for Rob Sacre.
Meach is only shooting 55% from the free throw line, but again, it's not only confidence at the free throw line, it's getting there. He hadn't gotten there a lot. Once you get there, you get a little more comfortable. And once he gets comfortable, you're going to see him start knocking down free throws like he did right there with the 2.
13:44 to play first half. What a difference a couple of nights in California makes. Gonzaga leading it by 18 in the opening minutes. Here's Keon Bell. Into the corner. This is Lauren Jackson driving. Kick out to Dupre. Jump shot good. Jonathan Dupre, a junior out of Houston.
That was a much-needed basket by the Waves. Previous 3, Gonzaga gave him 1 shot and done.
Tough pass for Will Foster. Gonzaga's 3rd turnover this first half. Keon Bell, here's Jackson. And now Lowry on Bolden. Bell again. Inside the free throw line, no good. Picked up by Moore. 13-point lead for Gonzaga.
Moore just was in the right place at the right time to get that ball and put it back in. Zaz couldn't get the handle on Bell's miss.
Oh, tough pass there. Goodson trying to dig it out, but Jackson keeps it alive for Pepperdine, and now Keon Bell with it. And the Waves with numbers. What's the call here? No basket.
Charge.
They call a charge on Keon Bell. So Olynyk throws the tough pass, but makes up for it at the other end.
Very great play by Kelly. Kelly, he's getting talking to right now about that high-low situation, but hey, don't dwell on it. Play the next play, and look what he does. Draws a foul on one of the best players on the Waves.
Well,
trying to get to the basket.
He's not one of the best. He's the best.
The best, okay.
By far, right?
I think so.
But I tell you, he threw a fastball to Will Foster. And last time I knew, Will's no Thurman Munson in there.
He's not going to catch it that with about 3 defenders on him. You're exactly right.
Here's Goodson. Foster trying to set the screen. Here's Harris. Step back 3. Gonzaga now 10 of 10 to start this game. They're 5 of 5 from behind the arc.
Well, that's what good teams will do. They won't dwell on the past. They move forward. Obviously, they had a good practice on Friday. Had some good skull sessions, I'm sure. Put that game behind them, and they're coming out on fire tonight.
That shot way off by Lowry. Cut back, no good. Rebound, Foster. Goodson now near side. Sprint right to the rim. Left hand. No good, no foul. No call at all down there, and that's Gonzaga's first miss of the game. Dupree rattles off. Mengistu a romp with the rebound, and there's Goodson on the far side now.
Well, the Waves are going to shoot themselves in the foot, because when you miss this many shots and you're shooting that bad and you're down 17 and taking those shots, you got to get better looks at the basket.
Will Foster will go to the free throw line. This will give you an idea. Second half on Thursday night against Loyola Marymount. Gonzaga was 7 of 27. They made just 7 shots. In the first 9 minutes and 14 seconds of this half, they've made 10. Wow, what a difference. And welcome back to Firestone Fieldhouse, where Gonzaga made their first 10 shots of this game to start it.